9:01 a.m. 90 seconds before the biggest board call of Matthew Sterling's career. His laptop screen flashed red.
No, not this morning. Not with $400 million on the line. Get me the help desk, now.
You've reached IT support. This is Jessica.
Is this some kind of joke? Get me someone who actually knows the system.
I'll be there in 2 minutes.
She didn't argue. She didn't flinch. She simply stood, tablet in hand, and began the walk toward the executive floor. Matthew Sterling was already pacing. The board members had begun to arrive, visible through the glass walls, but all he could see was the locked screen and his rising panic. The woman he'd just dismissed passed the conference room without a single look. Her badge read Jessica O. He didn't care to read it. He cracked his knuckles and glared at the door, completely unaware that the person about to walk through it had built the very system locking him out. The door swung open. Jessica walked in, her badge swinging, and Matthew's glare into...
Finally, I am locked out of the root environment 90 seconds before the single biggest call of my life.
She didn't answer. She walked past him, sat down at his desk, and opened the laptop without asking.
Who does this help desk kid think she is?
He grabbed the stylus from his tablet and hurled it across the room. It clattered against the glass wall. Her fingers moved anyway, steady, precise. A terminal window opened, green text on black.
If you break anything else, I'll have your job.
She ignored him. She'd already found the problem, an expired session token on a deprecated SSO branch.
Deprecated branch. Token expiry. Someone forgot to sunset this.
The boardroom was filling. Through the glass, Matthew could see the faces of the people who would decide his future, and he was still locked out. 47 seconds after sitting down, she typed one final command. The deprecated branch's token expiry reset. The lockout cleared without a single error message.
That's it? That minor glitch cost me all that panic.
It's done.
You'd better not screw with anything else. I don't know what your job is worth, but it's less than this deal. Now get out.
She closed the laptop with a soft click, her face completely unreadable. Not a word of thanks. She stood, pushed the chair in with precise calm, and walked toward the door without another word.
She didn't even flinch. Nobody in this company ignores me like that.
Don't turn around. Just leave. He won't remember this in an hour, but she would.
At the door, she paused. One hand rested on the frame. She could feel his glare on her back. Then she pulled it open, stepped through, and let it click shut. Through the glass, the boardroom was full. The call was about to begin. Matthew took a deep breath, smoothed his vest, and tried to push the help desk girl from his mind. The executive hallway felt different on the way back. She passed the same conference room, but the board members were on screen now, not behind glass. On the help desk floor, heads turned. A few coworkers exchanged looks. They'd heard the shouting on the call.
Just keep walking. Don't give them anything.
She reached her cubicle, a cramped station wedged between two others. A photo of her mother was the only decoration.
Hi, Mama. I fixed it. Again.
2 floors up, Matthew Sterling stepped into the boardroom and forced a smile.
Apologies for the delay. Technical hiccup, nothing to worry about.
Good morning, Matthew. Let's get started. We have the full board here.
I trust the Veridine Auth backbone is stable. We're about to tie our reputation to it.
Matthew didn't hesitate. Solid as ever, he said. The help desk girl was already a fading memory. The board call moved into full swing. Numbers, projections, market share. Then Elena Vasquez paused, her expression shifting from neutral to reflective.
Before we talk price, I have to say, the Veridine authentication stack has never failed. It's the only reason we're here.
We protect it like a crown jewel. I've personally made sure of that since day one.
I still remember the early days. The lead architect who built it was exceptional. That kind of talent doesn't just walk away.
Indeed. A young woman, if I recall. Bright. Is she still with the company, Matthew?
Who are they talking about? There's no one like that on my radar. That was before my time, I think. She moved on years ago. Great contributor, but we've built on that foundation.
Moved on? That's surprising. I'd have expected her to be running engineering by now.
Matthew felt a prickle of sweat on his neck. He couldn't place the architect they mentioned, but he knew better than to admit it. Elena and Robert exchanged a look. Something didn't add up, but for now, they let it pass. The seed was planted. At MIT, she built security systems for fun. Graduated top of her class. Stanford's cryptography masters followed. She finished in 18 months. Then Veradign called. The startup had 12 employees. They handed her a whiteboard and asked her to build the future. She spent 3 weeks locked in a conference room. The blueprint became the authentication spine. They filed the patent. First inventor, Jessica Okonkwo, the backbone of Veradign's entire product. Then the call came. Alzheimer's, her mother. She left on a Monday and didn't come back for 18 months. She held her mother's hand through the decline, draining savings, missing promotions, letting the company move on without her. When she returned, her role was filled. Stock options recalculated. A letter from HR waited on her old desk. Due to restructuring, you are reassigned to IT help desk at a salary of $52,000.
6 weeks in this chair. And today, a man who didn't know my name told me to screw with nothing.
While Matthew droned on about market synergies, Elena Vasquez's fingers moved to her tablet. She had been on the board since 2014. She remembered faces. She typed a private message to Robert, the original architect. Young black woman, incredibly sharp. Her photo was in the Veradign lobby in 2014. Robert's reply arrived in seconds. I remember. Name started with J. If Matthew says she's gone, that's a discrepancy I intend to resolve. Without interrupting the meeting, both board members opened their tablets to the company's secure HR portal. Elena typed the keywords, Authentication Architect, 2014, Original Engineer. The database churned. One result. Jessica Okonkwo. Current title, Help Desk Tier 1. Elena's face hardened.
Help desk. The woman who designed this system is answering phone calls.
She unmuted for a split second. Robert, are you seeing this? On his screen, he nodded, his jaw tight. He typed back, bookmark her file. Pull the full HR record. We'll discuss after the call. This is not over. Matthew, still presenting, had no idea that the two most important people on this call were no longer listening. Elena opened the full HR file. Founding engineer. Lead authentication architect. Patent US 9512 XXXB2. Filed 2014. Her hand froze. Below it, the compensation log. Original stock options, 150,000 shares. Current adjusted grant, 500 shares. Salary, $52,000. Robert's message was blunt. This is retaliation for medical leave. She left as a founder and came back as a temp. This company is liable. Matthew's voice droned from the boardroom speaker. And that's why the acquisition premium is fully justified. He had no idea.
This is worse than a demotion. It's erasure.
Robert typed again. Bring her in now. Or wait. I want Matthew's answer on record. Let him squirm first. Elena's reply was instant. Agreed. We'll raise it after the numbers are done. Invoke governance review. He won't see it coming. Matthew, half sweating, smiled at the virtual board, and moving forward, our security team will only get stronger. The irony was sickening. Robert's final private note. I've flagged her file. HR will be informed before the day ends. This ends today. The call continued, but in two separate homes. Two board members shut their tablets and sat forward. Matthew Sterling's last hour as CEO was already slipping away. The market expansion slides ended. Elena Vasquez didn't wait for the next agenda item. She sat forward, her tone shifting from professional to steely.
Before we adjourn this call, the board must address a critical internal governance matter.
Governance? I wasn't briefed. What's this about?
It came to light during our discussion. We've discovered a gross misapplication of talent within Veridyne's engineering ranks.
We're summoning the employee now. Her file shows she was instrumental to your core product, yet she's in a help desk role.
That's ridiculous. I'd know if a key person was underutilized. Who is it?
Elena ignored the question. Her fingers typed a message to HR. Bring Jessica Okonkwo to the boardroom immediately.
We'll present evidence when she arrives. Until then, Matthew, I suggest you refrain from commenting on personnel matters.
Matthew's face drained. The word help desk echoed. The girl he'd screamed at, his stomach dropped. On the help desk floor, a notification popped up on Jessica Okonkwo's screen. Report to executive boardroom immediately. HR.
Now? They want me now?
She rose without a word, tablet under her arm, and walked back toward the executive floor. This time, no whispers stopped her. The boardroom door stood open. Inside, Matthew Sterling sat frozen, his face a mask of dread. The screen showed two stern figures.
Miss Okonkwo, thank you for coming. Would you please tell us what your role was on the 14th of February, 2014?
I was the lead authentication architect. I filed patent US 9512 XXB2 for the Veridyne SSO framework.
Elena tapped her screen. The boardroom display shifted. A patent document filled the wall. Inventor, Jessica Okonkwo. The patent number glowed beneath her name, the same number she had tattooed on her wrist. Matthew's mouth fell open. He stared at the screen, then at Jessica. The color drained from his face until he was sheet white. Jessica didn't flinch. She simply pulled back her hoodie cuff, revealing the faded patent number inked into her skin. In the silence, the boardroom felt like a courtroom. Matthew Sterling had just been sentenced by the system he never knew she built.
Explain yourself, Matthew. Now, how does the inventor of our core technology end up in a help desk cubicle?
There must be a budget realignment. It was before my time. I don't know every employee's history.
You don't demote the person who built your core security without cause. This is inexcusable.
Jessica stood with her tablet, her face unreadable, as the board turned on her CEO. The power in the room had inverted.
Matthew, step outside. We'll discuss this without you.
They're throwing me out. Over a help desk girl.
He rose, gripping the edge of the table, his knuckles white. Without a word, he walked to the door. At the threshold, he hesitated, as if to say something. But the faces on the screen left no room. The door clicked shut. For the first time in years, Jessica Okonkwo stood in a boardroom as an equal.
Miss Okonkwo, please sit. We have a great deal to discuss.
Jessica sat, her tablet flat on the table. The board members' expressions had shifted from stern to somber.
Miss Okonkwo, I speak for the entire board when I say what happened to you is inexcusable. We failed you.
We reviewed your file. Founding engineer, patent holder, exceptional credentials. You deserved our protection, not demotion.
We want to make this right. Effective immediately, we're offering you the role of Chief Technology Officer.
All your original stock options will be vested retroactively to 2014. Every share you lost returned.
The words hung in the boardroom air. Everything she had lost, offered back in a single sentence.
This is what I earned. But can I trust them? Can I trust any of them?
We need your leadership, Jessica. The system you built is the company's backbone. It's time you got the credit.
Take a moment, but we'd like an answer. The company needs stability.
Jessica's jaw remained set, but her mind was racing. This wasn't just about a title. Something bigger was forming.
I need 24 hours to consider. This isn't just about me. There's something I have to work through.
Of course. Take the time. We'll reconvene tomorrow.
She left the boardroom and walked back to the help desk floor without a word. The hub of the office had quieted to a murmur. At her cubicle, the framed photo of her mother caught the last afternoon light. She sat, hoodie still up, and stared at it. 6 years ago, she'd held her mother's hand in a hospital bed, the call that ended her old life. The choice no one should have to make.
I took care of her. And the company used that gap to erase me. It happens to thousands of people. It has to stop.
She opened her tablet. Her fingers began to type. A policy, a framework, a shield for anyone who would ever have to choose between love and livelihood. She typed the title, Okonkwo Family Caregiving Leave Policy. Under it, the first line, paid leave, retroactive to 2014, for every employee. She added clauses, back pay for lost wages, job protection, full benefits. The numbers she'd crunched in her head for years, now black and white on the screen.
Tomorrow, I take this in. Not as a request. As a condition. If they want the architect, they take the policy.
She reached for her phone and dialed the only person who'd known her since the old days, a trusted colleague who'd watched her build the original system.
They offered me CTO. Everything I lost dropped right in my lap. But I am not taking it without a fight. You remember what they did. I am writing a policy. A caregiving leave policy. It's going to be my condition.
On the other end, her friend listened, then told her she was insane and absolutely right.
I need you to check these numbers. Retroactive back pay, job protection, the whole thing. Tell me if it holds water.
She sent the draft and waited. The reply came minutes later. This is airtight. If they don't agree, they're fools.
This is it. If they refuse, I walk. For good. The patent is mine, but the policy is for everyone.
She opened the tablet again and made final edits, strengthening the retroactive clause, adding the back pay calculation for every affected employee. By midnight, the document was finished. A policy that could change the entire industry, written from a help desk cubicle.
Tomorrow, I become their worst nightmare or their best decision. Either way, I am not invisible anymore.
The next morning, she called Elena Vasquez's office. By noon, they sat in a small glass-walled conference room. No screens, just faces across the table.
Before we discuss titles, I have something to show you. When my mother got sick, this company erased me. So I am making a condition.
She placed her tablet on the table. The screen displayed a formal policy proposal.
The Okonkwo Family Caregiving Leave Policy. Permanent paid leave, retroactive to 2014, with back pay. Accept it or I walk.
Jessica, this is a complete benefits overhaul. It's more than we expected.
It's what should have been in place. Take it to the board. The patent is my key, but this policy is my lock.
Elena looked at Robert. He removed his glasses and set them down.
Give us an hour with the full board. We can't decide this alone.
Jessica nodded. She didn't smile. She had come to deliver a reality, not a request. An hour passed in the small conference room. Jessica waited while Elena and Robert convened full board via secure video link.
The cost is significant, but the alternative is losing the person who built our backbone.
It's a moral debt and a strategic one. Approve it, and we send a message no competitor can match.
The vote was unanimous. 2 minutes later, the door opened and Elena walked back in.
The board agrees to the caregiving policy. Every word, but we need you to lead it as CTO. The title comes with the responsibility.
I accept. But this policy is part of my role now. It's not a favor. It's a foundation.
She extended her hand. The deal was done.
We'll announce it this afternoon. Matthew's departure, your role, the full policy.
By the time she walked out of that room, she wasn't the help desk girl anymore. She was the chief technology officer, with a policy that would change thousands of lives. At 2:07 p.m., a company-wide email hit every Veradyne inbox. The subject line read, Leadership Update and Historic Policy Announcement, effective immediately. Matthew Sterling has resigned as CEO. The board thanks him for his service. Jessica Okonkwo has been appointed Chief Technology Officer. With full restoration of her founding equity, the Okonkwo Family Caregiving Leave Policy, permanent paid leave, retroactive to 2014, with back pay for every affected employee. Across the open office floor, A wave of stunned silence broke into gasps, then cheers. Two engineers at a standing desk scrolled through the email, mouths open. A woman near the window pressed her hand to her mouth. She'd left a previous job to care for her husband. Now, back pay was coming. In the corner, Jessica stood with her tablet, watching the news ripple through the floor. Someone started clapping. It spread like a wave, drowning out the hum of servers. Matthew Sterling's name was already stripped from the door. Jessica Okonkwo's was being etched in its place. The company had changed forever. An hour later, Jessica stepped into her new corner office, holding a single cardboard box. She set the box on the glass desk and lifted out the framed photo of her mother, her MIT and Stanford diplomas, and the original patent. Her mother's photo went first, positioned so she could see it from every angle. Then the diplomas, MIT, Stanford. She leaned them against the wall. The patent. She held for a moment, the same number that was inked on her wrist, then hung it above the desk.
From a help desk cubicle to this. Not bad for a girl who doesn't know the system.
She sat in the high-backed chair, the Bay Area skyline stretching beyond the glass. Her hoodie remained on, but now it was armor, a reminder of everything she'd fought through. On her phone, a message from HR. The back pay calculations are complete. 6 employees already eligible. 6 lives changed. And the policy hadn't even been a day old. She smiled and turned to face the window. The city was hers to shape. Her phone buzzed on the glass desk. A message from an employee she didn't know. Because of the Okonkwo policy, I can take care of my husband. You don't know what this means. Jessica's fingers stilled. She stared at the screen, the words blurring. A single tear slid down her cheek and dropped onto the glass. She wiped her cheek and began to type.
I know exactly what it means. Take care of him. That's why I fought. Not for the title. For her. For everyone who had to choose between love and a paycheck.
She placed the phone face down, but kept her mother's photo in sight. The policy was working. The system she built now protected people, not just transactions.
This is only the beginning.
She turned her chair back to the window. The Bay Area stretched before her, and for the first time, it felt like it belonged to everyone. Down the hall, Matthew Sterling packed his office into a single cardboard box. He moved like a man hollowed out. He kept his head down, avoiding the eyes of the security guard at his door. An hour later, Elena Vasquez and Robert Chen faced cameras in the Veridine lobby.
We introduce our new CTO, Jessica Okonkwo, and her groundbreaking caregiving policy.
This is a commitment to every employee who must choose between love and livelihood.
Journalists tweeted, Veridine ousts CEO, installs founding architect, enacts historic leave policy. The stock held steady. Wall Street barely blinked. In the open office, Jessica watched the press conference on her tablet. Her mother's photo beside her, a small, private smile. Then she closed the screen. The old Veridine was gone. A new one was just beginning. At dusk, she pulled into the care facility parking lot. The building was quiet, the sky a soft orange. She walked the familiar hallway, her footsteps quiet on the carpet, until she reached her mother's room. Her mother sat by the window in a recliner, wrapped in a knitted blanket. Jessica knelt beside her and took her hand.
I did it, Mama. The company has a leave policy now. Your name is on it.
Her mother's clouded eyes seemed to focus, just for a second. And then, a squeeze. The faintest pressure of fingers against Jessica's palm. Jessica bowed her head, a tear sliding down her cheek onto their joined hands.
I kept my promise, Mama.
She didn't let go. Outside, the sunset painted the room in gold. The world outside had changed. But in this room, there was only the quiet proof that love built into policy could reach anyone. The CTO office was dark, except for the city lights slanting through the glass. She stepped inside and didn't turn on a lamp. She wanted the dark. At the window, she pulled back her hoodie cuff. The patent number was there, faint but permanent. She traced the ink with her thumb. This morning, she'd been invisible. Now she was the architect of a new kind of company. A quiet smile crossed her lips. Not triumph, peace. She didn't just build the authentication system that saved a $400 million deal. She didn't just outsmart a CEO who screamed at her over a locked laptop. She built a company that takes care of its people. That was the real architecture. And from her help desk cubicle to this window, she had changed the code of an entire industry. Fade to black.